Hello, everybody. My name is Aaron Claiborne with Wisconsin Voices for Recovery. And today I have Christy here with me to share her experience about stigma. How you doing today, Christy?
I'm great, thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad that you could be here. I would like to ask you, how does stigma harm people who are seeking or in recovery?
Well, some people will not seek recovery because of stigmatizing language and embarrassment. One thing that I believe is addiction is not a choice, but recovery is. And many times they are afraid they're not getting their family support. Others don't understand recovery. They don't understand addiction. They think that the person doesn't need medication to help, or they don't need a specific counselor, may have different views. And there just may be that peer pressure or family pressure to do something that isn't necessarily right for that person at that particular time in their recovery, just because of the stigma and not really understanding what the whole process involves. Telling them that they're not really sober if they are taking a medication, or that they're not really sober if they aren't completing all of the AA steps, or going to particular meetings because this person has in mind through stigma what recovery should look like. And recovery looks very different for every single person. One recovery method may work for one person and not work for the next. And stigma does nothing to forward that.
Yeah, very good points. It's a wide range of things that harm people who are seeking a recovery, and we can speak about that forever. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I would like to ask you, what do you think makes people use stigmatizing language?
I think a lot of it is ignorance. The language does change quite a bit. So some of it may not be intentional, using stigmatizing language. Some of it may be, with biases. Some of it, I think, is just simple, such as changing your wording from saying an addict to a person who uses. And I think it's just all the education. I believe more and more people are supportive of recovery and of the language. They just don't understand what the current language is, or they don't feel that because a person who is in recovery may use their own stigmatizing language, call themselves an addict, or, I used to be a crackhead, or something like that, because those in recovery can use the same language, then those who are not feel that's okay to use. And just aren't as supportive or aren't as understanding of what that stigmatizing language can actually do to a person.
Yeah, I agree that that common language is used so regularly that it's a part of an individual's just
Mhm.
regular type of speech when speaking about people who have um, disorders, and it just becomes so commonplace that it's used over and over without the perspective of how it makes a person feel, especially when you're battling something. So I appreciate that as well. Um, Again, a wide range of um, reasons why people use stigmatizing language. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers before we leave in our last 30 seconds or so?
I would just like to say, if you are seeking recovery yourself, or if you know anybody that is seeking recovery, please encourage them to do so. Recovery is worth it. There are so many dangers currently on the streets with the drug supply, and we just don't know what is there. And there are so many avenues now to help with recovery, and the help is there, to just encourage that, the reaching out to find that help.
Thank you, Christy. Very, very great advice to our viewers. Um, hopefully it'll reach the ears of the masses who struggle with substance use disorder. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Now, everybody, please check back with us to hear more from others sharing their experience about stigma. Have a wonderful day.